green lights, and looks like a pretty decent start for Thomas Holman, but also for Simon Olofsson.
Yeah, so these guys are going to run side by side. Olofsson there doing a really good job to get himself tucked in, lucky to not get hung out to dry. As we see Michalak in the background, along with Lirol going to the Joker lap.
So all cars off the line without any drama. That's good to see. And now we can have a good fight for the rest of these 5 laps in this first semi-final.
These 3 guys we've got up front here, they are super fast. We saw Thomas Holman take a heat win in Q1 and Marcus Höglund take a win in Q3. Simon Olofsson's been thereabouts as well, so there could be a really good battle here for the positions in the final.
Oh, and here we see a bit of a battle in that final corner, heading into the start-finish straight. And it looks like Thomas is under a bit of pressure there from Simon Olofsson. Can he withstand it, do you think, Dan?
Yeah, I'd like to think he can. Obviously, he's not been in a car for a long time as Thomas Holman, but he's a super laid-back guy, and I'm sure he'll be able to deal with the pressure. He knows that he's got to come out here and play it cool, but like you say, Simon Olofsson is all over the back of him.
He is so close, isn't he? If you feel that Thomas is losing out a little bit somewhere, where would you say?
I mean, it's hard to tell. Obviously, Simon's all over the back at braking points, but then when it comes to the exit of the corner, Thomas then pulls a gap again. So these guys are super even on pace.
What do you reckon the grip levels are like out there now?
I'd say it's pretty good. I mean, the tractors have been out there pushing the dirt back onto the loose sections, so it won't be as grippy on there as it may have been for some of their qualifying races, but generally it'll be as they've had it all day.
So just for those of you who are tuning in who aren't quite up to date in how the regulations work in RallyX Nordic, we have had 3 qualifying rounds where it is the best time that counts, and the 12 combined best drivers in those 3 qualifying rounds go through to 2 semi-finals. So 6 cars in each final, and it's the top 3 finishers of those who go through to the final race.
I think we're probably going to see Simon Olofsson going off to the Joker lab here. We've got Anders Michalak, who has already taken his Joker, starting to join on the back of the train. So Olofsson needs to get himself in the Joker to find himself that clear gap, but he's not gone. So there's going to be a train of them going into the Joker lap.
Do you find it's an interesting development that these 4 front runners have still not been in?
Yeah, so they're not holding each other up, but obviously Michalak is closing the gap. You can see him in the background of shot that he's starting to bring down the gap to the train behind him. So maybe the spotters have just been focusing too much on what's happening with the top 3 and not looking at what's going on behind them.
So we still have Thomas Holman there, who's been away from competitive driving for a year and a half. He's still in the lead, but very closely followed, as he has been the whole race, by Simon Olofsson and also Marcus Höglund, who's in your old car, which I mentioned before today, but he is in your old car, Dan.
Yeah, so I know that car's got pace, but interesting, 4 of them going into the Joker lap, and we see Höglund there potentially missing out on the semi-finals if he can't find a way past.
That was great for Michalak, because he slotted himself into 3rd position, which brings him to the final.
Yeah, so it was P5 going into the start of the lap and up to P3 and booking himself a place in the final. He's just got to make sure he can hold himself together.
Was this a little bit of bad strategy, perhaps?
I think so. 4 cars going into the Joker lap in 1 lap, and it's such a tight lap as well. They can't get themselves that clear bit of space they need to pull themselves the final attempt.
And there is the checkered flag, the winner of the first semi-final, Thomas Holman, followed by Simon Olofsson and Anders Michalak. Look at that smile. That's one happy driver. Brilliant start, really close off the line, but it was, of course, Thomas Holman and Simon Olofsson who are door-to-door, basically, into first corner.
Yeah, but Olofsson there doing a wise move to back out, and we can see there Michalak going for the Joker lap straight away, and with no one else going for the Joker lap in front of him, able to just chase these guys and use them almost as a rope. He was being pulled around, using them as his braking points and stuff to close that gap that he needed. So here you can see the 4 guys going into the Joker lap, maybe not able to open up as much as they wanted to pull the gap.
Well, Thomas, congratulations. There's just one word for that: proper. It was mega. I heard that like before the joke, I heard push, 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 push. So I tried to do the same joke as I did in Q3 with a bit of cautiousness. It worked out well. We won the semi. Let's go for the final.
So P1 in the intermediates, P1 in the semi-final. There's just one goal for the final, isn't there?
We'll see. The finals to go. It's the 6 best drivers that meet. So we'll go with an open mind, but for sure we hope for a good result. Thank you.
We'll let you go.
Results of the first semi-final in Supercar, won by Thomas Holman, Simon Olofsson, and third Anders Mischlak, moving on to the final.